Hey guys, it's Joe Carrell here. Welcome to another episode of In the Mix. Today we're going to talk about treating background vocals against lead vocals. Hey guys, I'm in the mix room today and I have Beck Black, Don't Call Me Darling pulled up. Hopefully you guys have heard this song and watched some of the other videos. We've shown you that we recorded her vocal with the WA-251. It sounded great. I have the WA-251 going into the WA-73 and the WA-2A, and it was a fantastic, sounding capture. I was really happy with it. And I'm going to show you just real quickly what I'm doing, in the box, mix-wise. I have Eqp-wa audio taupe. It's a tape saturation plug-in. If you've seen some of my other tutorials, you'll see that I really like this guy and use him a lot. I have for EQ, I'm using the DSP AE600. It's a dynamic EQ. I have fixed bands. I have dynamic bands, and it really lets me do what I want to do. I have a couple different compressors. I have the Eqp-wa El Rey. And that's giving me, quite a bit of squish, but it's a soft squish. And I'm actually getting my character right here to my right. I have my Warm Audio WA-76. And that's really giving me, kind of the analog thing, getting me out of the box for a second. All right, and then I come back in, and lastly to the DSP DE-555. Okay, that's the chain. But I really don't want to talk about the lead vocal too much today. What I want to do is kind of show you the way I treat the vocal group. And that leads me to background vocals. This is everything working together as the finished mix, okay?
Don't call me darling, call me on the phone. You would call me if you were alone.
Okay, I really like that. And I want to show you kind of how I got it there. One thing that I will say, sometimes when I'm recording background vocals, when I'm recording anything, I think about the mix process at the time. So I used a 251 on Beck, right? So what I wanted to do with the background vocals is I wanted a little bit of separation. So microphone choice allowed me to do that. So instead of using the 251 on the background vocals, I used the WA-87 from Warm Audio going through the WA-412 preamp. So it's an entirely different sounding chain, right? Okay, so that gives me a big separation, kind of pushes Beck to the front, with that big old WA-73 sound. And so she's on top of the background vocals just by mic and preamps choices. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you the raw background vocals, and just let you hear them just for a second, okay?
Don't call me darling, call me on the phone.
Okay, that's Nashville's own Tanya Hancheroff, background singer to the Stars. You've heard her on the radio every day. I think she's worked on Bon Jovi, REM. It's just crazy. Sheryl Crow, you name it, as well as all kinds of country hits. And so anyway, let's talk about what I've done in the box afterwards. So I've got the DSP 6050 Ultimate Channel Strip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you I'm getting some compression here, kind of optical circuit style, almost similar to a WA-2A, but I just don't have enough of them. So anyway, and then a little bit of EQ. So let's listen to With and Without.
Don't call me darling, call me on the phone.
So I'm compressing this really hard, as well as adding some mid-range stuff, presence to really boost it up there. As you can see, that's going to be about 5,600 cycles on this, as well as I'm cutting a few dB of around 485. Okay, it's probably something similar on the High Girl, and these come together here on this bus and hit Eqp-wa audio tape, another one of my favorite plugins. If you're one of my regular watchers, you're getting used to seeing this guy. And then I hit an SSL style channel strip. And this happens to be the Plug-in Alliance Brainworks. It's an SSL 4000 emulation. I'm doing just a little bit as a group, adding just a little bit more EQ, but you'll see quite a bit of filtering here. I'm cutting everything off above 12,000 cycles because I want the lead vocal to be the star. I'm not, there's two different ways to handle background vocals. Sometimes you crank the high end, and sometimes I'm actually cutting them off depending on how I want them to sit with the lead vocal. And then I'm also getting more compression on this. So let me add these guys in as I go. You can hear them with and without.
Don't call me darling. Call me on the phone.
Okay, so that is the background vocals together. Now you'll see how that marries up really well with the treatment that I've got on the lead vocal.
Don't call me darling. Call me on the phone. You would call me if you were alone.
Okay, one thing I want to point out is, before I go any further, is that compression alone is not going to get me where I want to go. And I don't think it's going to get you where you want to go on a lot of songs either. Sometimes the most heavily compressed stuff you can get by with, but I want you to look at what I got going on here. Look at the level of automation to get that chord to set that consistent. So I'm automating the high harmony and the low harmony independently, and then I'm also automating them as across the group to set with Beck in just the right spot at all the time. Okay. Lastly, I want to show you that they're hitting all this stuff is hitting the vocal bus, which from some of my other videos you may have noticed the Neve from Acoustica Audio that I've got hitting here for a little saturation. And then I'm compressing them yet again. And this isn't so much for dynamic control. I am getting some dynamic control, but you're going to see the meter doesn't move a whole lot. This is gluing those three vocals. We have Beck on lead, we have Tanya, her two parts, which are panned just a little bit to the sides, and this is taking those three elements and making them sound like one element that belongs together. Okay, let me show you with and without. This is in the track. You will notice a little bit of a volume difference, but that's not what I want you to hear. I want you to hear, how it's setting with the mix. Okay.
Don't call me darling. Call me on the phone. You would call me if you were alone.
Okay, to my ears, that sounds really, really good. I'm really happy with this chain. I got everything exactly where I wanted it, using a combination of software and hardware, mic choices, preamplifier choices, everything matters. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy with this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little something along the way. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey, if you would, follow Warm Audio on their social media pages for all the most current information on our program, as well as, if you would, follow me on my own social media at In The Mix with Joe Carrell. We're going to have extra footage, extra content that I hope you guys really enjoy. Okay, now here's Beck Black singing Don't Call Me Darling.
You ever been in